Comic-Con this year. Sons of Anarchy, Pacific Rim.
Yes, sir.
Are you feeling extra love this year?
Yeah, it seems a lot of people seem pretty excited about Pacific Rim, and obviously it came out a couple of weeks ago, so a lot of people have seen it, and I love the film, and the audience reaction has been fantastic. I mean, people seem to really, really love what Guillermo did, and like the movie. So I feel really proud of that. And then of course Sons of Anarchy, I'm always proud of. This is my baby, and been like the greatest creative experience of my life. So it's always exciting to come here and talk about the show. It's fantastical in its way that there's a lot of action and a lot of drama, but at the center of it, I think these people feel like real people that you can relate to. I mean, Drax is an outlaw and definitely kills the occasional person when they get on the wrong side of him, but most of his struggle is trying to figure out how to be a good father and how to be a good husband, and that's stuff that everyone goes through every day. So
when's mommy coming home and daddy?
Real soon.
I grew up with a lot of gangsters and like a lot of criminals. Like my dad and all of his associates were, not afraid to break the law, shall we say. He spent a lot of time in prison, and there's this like kind of, I think, this assumption from people that have never come across any type of criminal mentality or criminality that, they're the bad guys and they're just like, the guys I wouldn't have, and you realize that people make mistakes in their lives and they're product of their environment, but we're all just human beings trying to do the best they can.
I loved in the previous season when Juice had to deal with, letting them know that his dad was black, and the reaction from most of the club members was kind of like, let's figure out a way to not care about that anymore, because it doesn't matter. I'm curious, would there ever be that same reaction if one of the club members was gay?
It's an interesting question. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think that in such a like a violent world, I would almost anticipate there being more prejudice against homosexuality than color. But both in the world that we've created in Sons of Anarchy have their prejudices. But it's an interesting question. I really don't know. I mean, I have a lot of gay friends, and I have one gay friend in particular who is one of the best fighters I know. So just because you're gay doesn't mean you can't fight. You know what I mean?
Well, we just walked in about an hour and a half ago, and we signed some autographs. It's pretty intense. Not just at Comic-Con, but everywhere I go. This show has engendered the widest range of reactions of anything that I've ever been associated with. Mostly positive. People really, this somehow really resonates with audience worldwide, and I've been all over the world since we started this 6 years ago, and so yeah, it's fun. It's fun to be associated with a show that engenders this kind of passion.
Would Clay rat?
I think Clay would do anything to stay alive.
This isn't a show that you would tune into saying, I want to learn social lessons, I want to learn something, but I think it really has a lot to say about a lot of different topics, specifically last season with Juice, when he had to say, okay, my dad was black, and that was such a huge deal, and it seemed like the guys were looking for an excuse to not care about that.
Yeah. So what's your point? What the fuck are you asking me? Was there a question in there?
There was an observation followed by a do you agree?
I'm very happy. Why don't I interview you?
That would be far less interesting, trust me. Let's talk about what's happening now with Tara. I mean, is there any chance she's ever going to be happy?
Is there any chance anyone's going to be happy on the show? Yeah, I don't know. I always hope that she will be, but I'm not sure. It's like playing her has been a series of like seeing her dreams get destroyed systematically. But I think that I think she's most interested in seeing her children get out and procuring like a life for them that is outside of this world, and so I don't think she cares much about herself anymore. I think she's focused elsewhere.
It's also kind of sad.
I know, it's a little sad. It is a little sad.
Is Tara's relationship with Gemma kind of like the penultimate evil mother-in-law experience that anyone could ever have?
It's so interesting. I mean, I think yes, in certain ways, absolutely. She's a nightmare, but she's also sort of the only mother figure Tara's ever had as well. So, it's sort of like, what are you going to do? The devil sometimes, but they actually have a lot in common. They're both very, very fiercely protective of their children and, would kill for their family. And I mean, I think the thing that everybody in this world has in common is this like weird tribal loyalty. And when you cross somebody that you love in this world, there are like deep and dark consequences. So, Tara's just as bad as the rest of them in this regard, None of them are solving world peace.
What do you think the show in general says about the idea of forgiveness? Because there's a lot of arguments, forgiven, arguments again, forgiven.
It's family. It's family. That's what I would say. And if you're in your family, in my family, there's always a lot of forgiveness. And there's always a lot of bad behavior. And there's always a lot of, big emotions. And, the thread of keeping any family life together is forgiveness. It's the thread of any marriage. It's the thread. So I think that's what you're seeing. I think that what people respond to so much about our show is the humanity of it. Is that these are people that really, really love each other. I mean, look what happened with Juice. That was a really interesting. He crossed some lines. He really. They forgave him. They love him anyway.
Can I say I'm thrilled that you didn't get killed?
Thrilled. I'm thrilled I didn't get killed in real life. I'm thrilled that I didn't get killed here. It's so funny when people say that to me. I think that's like one of the greatest compliments because that means people like truly care about the character, and I hear it every minute when I'm out. I hear it everywhere. I could be like walking down the street. People are like, I'm so glad you're alive. I'm like, oh, me too. It is so nice out today. And then they realize they're talking about the show. Yeah, man. I get that a lot. So I'm still around.
Well, when you first read that script and you knew that this was about to unfold, I mean, did you tell your agent start looking?
I do that all the time. I was texting them the second I read that line. I was like, what? That? Okay, yeah. We need to call up the CW. I need to get on a werewolf show or something. This is one of those shows, man, where this is the world we're in. This is the world that's been created. It's a violent world, and seeing every character navigate in it is incredible. So it's part of the deal, and I think when Opie died, that was kind of the beginning of it, and seeing that we're not going to run forever. We're not Gunsmoke, we're not, one life to live. It's going to eventually be where it's going to be. So I trust whatever Kurt wants to do with this character, I'm down, because I've been really, really lucky because I get that reaction from everybody of you're still alive, which is pretty cool.
Smallest camera, man.
I know.
The smallest camera.
I know, but in today's society, that means good.
It can.
Camera.
Yes.
Not a penis.
Camera, not a penis.
I was a late comer to the show, but I binge watched 3 seasons, and
That'll knock you right on your ass, man.
it really did. I mean, I had some fucked up dreams for a little while.
Really?
But it was, but
Dreaming of Tara?
a little bit of Tara, a little bit of Gemma, a lot of Jax.
Oh, you're dreaming of Gemma. You like the older,
Controlling mother figure.
Oh, you like that?
Really loves you to herself because she loves you so much. It's weird.
This guy's a little troubled, isn't he?
It's really bullets before brains in Tig's case a lot of the times. But he's a loyal club member. He'll do anything for the rest of his club guys. Him and Gemma have a little something going on. We don't know what that is. But I think from last season with the whole mistake of Pope's daughter and then doing what they did, as you said, to my daughter, and then saving the dog at the end of the season, I think early on Tig was that kind of guy that you love to hate and hate to love. But now it's, I think the fans are pretty much on my side. Yeah, I saved Chucky. I saved the dog, like you said. Tig's got a pretty big heart. He's screwed up. There's no doubt about it. He's got issues. He should be sitting down on his shrink table a lot. But I just love playing the guy, and I never know where he's going to go, and that's the fun part for me as an actor.
Well, that's the question. What's happening in this next season? What can you
Can't tell you a thing. I'd have to kill you. Yeah, I can't tell you a thing. It'll be more intense than last year. 5 was more intense than 4. 4 was more intense than 3. It seems that every season, as we've come up the mountain and going down the back side now with 2 seasons left, and that's it, it's getting more and more intense.